Welcome back to the Golf Industry Show here in San Diego, California, brought to you on the GCSAA live TV stage by Lebanon Turf. And my favorite segments are the ones that involve animals and birds, and here we go. Audubon International representing here with the Raptor Relocation Program, Frank Laverdera, Danny Sedek from the Raptor Institute
yes,
local
sir.
group, and we're going to get to all these conversations. We're going to give you a chance for a minute to talk about the Raptor Relocation Program that Audubon International is working on.
Sure, thanks, Frank. The Raptor Relocation Network with Audubon International, it's sponsored by our partner, United Airlines, the Echo Skies program. Essentially what it is obviously we all know planes and birds don't mix. So right now in the New York metropolitan area, with the airports managed by the New York, New Jersey Port Authority, and specifically Newark Airport, we're able to capture birds and then they're released on golf courses that are part of the Audubon program. We go out, we assess the golf course, we make sure it has the right habitat for the birds. They're captured and then they're released on the golf course.
There's something that warms my heart about a bird caught in Jersey transplanted to a golf course. It's like, what the heck took you so long to find me, get me out of here? So, but we don't have a bird from Jersey, we've got a bird from San Diego. Who is this bird, and talk to us a little bit about your program, Danny, and who our pal is here, and a little bit about.
Yeah, so I'm with a local nonprofit called the Raptor Institute, and we work with raptors, so not dinosaurs, but birds of prey, hawks, falcons, owls, things of that nature. This is our great horned owl. He's one of our animal ambassadors. So all our birds have been injured. You can tell that he's got a bad eye here on his right side. So he's blind out of that eye, which is why he lives with us and he's not out in the wild where he should be. And we work with these guys, taking them out to schools, scout troops, libraries, county parks to teach people about our local wildlife, birds that live here in our community, and why they're important and why they're an important animal to protect and to appreciate.
So do you like the idea of taking a raptor away from, we can avoid a Sully type situation to bring to a golf course? Or you guys like this? Golf courses are good places.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, golf courses are great urban habitat centers. You know, we're losing wild habitat in our urban city centers, but we still have golf courses, a lot of green space, a lot of water features. These are all things that wildlife need. And obviously, airplanes and airports cause issues that they don't understand. Same with freeways and interstates.
Yeah. I hear superintendents talking about owls that they have on their courses. What makes a golf course good for a raptor like this?
You know, there's a few things you can do to attract these guys. There are a few species of raptors. This one isn't one of them, but we have another owl that's all over North America called the barn owl. They actually like to nest in boxes that we can build.
Okay.
So you can put up nest boxes on and around your course. And these guys eat thousands of gophers every year. A barn owl pair could eat up to 3,000 gophers in 1 year.
So this would have solved the Caddyshack problem.
Yeah, much better than dynamite.
Spectacular. Where was the owl when we need him?
Right.
So let's give you a chance to get another guy out here. So
Perfect.
Frank, let's talk about how important this is. Nice partnership with United. Nice taking the birds out there. What are the kinds of things you're already seeing in your short time with Audubon that's made this a successful program for golf courses?
Well, I think first and foremost is one of the things I found out right away is golf course superintendents really are stewards of the environment. I mean, they're doing things that are very consistent with our program on a day-to-day basis. They really are cognizant of the negative effects that golf courses can have, and they work real hard to make sure that they imply the right management practices so that golf courses are a little bit more sustainable.
Do you find superintendents, to me, as soon as you tell me I'm going to have a raptor, it's going to come out and help me out. It's like, how do I sign up for that deal? Do you find them to be wildly receptive to having a bird brought to their golf course?
Oh, I do. Yeah, we've had a lot of success in the New York metropolitan area with golf courses interested in signing up to be a relocation site for raptors.
Excellent.
As I said, we go out, we assess their properties, and for the most
Okay,
part,
so there are some criteria you want to make sure they've got in place.
Exactly.
And obviously, we like them to be a member of Audubon International. That's the best way to get the bird out of the place.
That's part of it as well.
But if they're not, you certainly want to make sure they're adhering to some level of standards.
Well, actually, the Relocation Network is for members only. They're for golf courses that are part of our membership. So there's if you're interested in the program, that's one of the reasons to sign up for our ACSP program.
Excellent. So now we got another visitor. Who's this guy?
This is our Peregrine Falcon. Her name's Celerity, which means fast, and it's a fitting name for her because she is the fastest animal on planet Earth. So a lot of us have seen...
Wait. You're not just going to drop that, walk away, move to the next sentence. How do you, what?
These guys...
meters per second speed?
No, miles per hour. These guys are much faster than cheetahs, which we all know are fast. Cheetahs go about 70 miles an hour. But these guys hunt other birds, and they're going to do that from a great altitude. They're going to go up above those other birds and then dive down after them. And in those dives, these guys have been recorded at speeds of up to 250 miles per hour.
And turn on a dime.
They can turn on a dime. When they pull out of that dive at 250 miles an hour, it's estimated that they reach G-forces of up to about 12 to 14.
No way.
Enough to make us pass out as humans. So they've got some pretty awesome physiological adaptations.
Okay, so how is that consistent with a good life on a golf course? Seems like you need a fair amount of area at a high thing. Is a falcon something that would get relocated to a golf course?
You know, definitely, and these guys specialize on eating other birds. They like to kind of congregate around bodies of water. We've got a lot of bodies of water. A lot of what they eat is migratory waterfowl, ducks, coots, geese, things like that. So a golf course is a great habitat for these guys. And there's a lot of ways that golf courses can bring them in, not only through Frank's program, but there are falconers across the country that take wild peregrines, train them, and hunt with them as hunting partners that would love to have access to a golf course's pond to be able to hunt on that golf course, bring out this bird, maybe help control the coot population or the goose population that's causing problems on the fairways or the greens, and also give the golfers that are participating at that golf course wildlife right in their back door. They can see it happening firsthand.
So what kinds of threats are these these raptors facing? Obviously the urbanization thing is clear and the green space that golf offers is obvious, but these things are being threatened by a number of different things, and obviously the importance of these nonprofits paying attention to this and educating the public about it is critical. What kinds of threats are these guys facing?
You know, these guys have a lot of different threats. The list is long. People know peregrine falcons as a species that almost went extinct in the United States. It was actually extinct east of the Mississippi for about 20 to 30 years. Wow. Okay, and that was a result of DDT, so chemicals that were put on agriculture and ended up in the water supply and the food source. And that kind of thing is always a concern. What you're putting on your course, what you're using for pest control, if it's chemicals that are going to end up in the food chain, they're going to have a largest effect on those top predators that really bioaccumulate those toxins up in through the food chain.
So they're good barometers of how maybe healthy the environment is that they're living in.
Yeah, and
he's not interested in being here. I think he's had enough of me.
No, she's a wild animal, and so this is obviously a little intimidating environment for her. She sees people every day, but it's a pretty big venue and a lot of bright lights and things going on that she hasn't seen for quite some time.
So because they bioaccumulate, obviously toxins in the environment are critical. The urbanization and space they need to do their hunting is critical. Are they adapting? I mean, you know, to me, I was driving in DC a couple of weeks ago, and lights going down, traffic, and there's a hawk, I would imagine, or maybe a red-tailed hawk,
red-tailed hawk,
sitting on a light. I'm thinking, they've adapted pretty well to this particular environment. Frank, you had something to say too?
Yeah, we see as part of our program, red-tailed hawks are caught and released. Kestrels are part of the program as well that we're seeing at the airport. Those are the types of species that, as you said, Frank, they are urbanized and they can get themselves in trouble when they're in urbanized places. So it is nice to kind of get them to a more rural setting and open space of a golf course.
That's right. Other threats?
You know, just the things that we already talked about, the human urbanization, and like you were saying, there are several species that are super adaptable. Peregrine falcons have really adapted because they like to nest on tall structures. In the wild, that'd be cliffs, but in places like New York City, that's going to be all those bridges and skyscrapers. They actually have the highest density of nesting peregrines anywhere in the world, right there in the heart of New York City in Manhattan.
Oh, no kidding.
A lot of pigeons to eat. You got the Hudson River there, which is the body of water, and you've got tall structures to nest on. So they've got the three things they need to survive, and they're surviving even in that super urban environment.
Are we winning in helping them adapt and be successful? I mean, obviously, programs like yours, programs like Audubon's are helping. I'm assuming they're not, you know, as endangered as they were, as you described earlier. Are we winning, so to speak, in helping them get better?
I think we are, and definitely these guys aren't even endangered anymore. Their numbers are back to what they used to be before DDT. So these have been a great success story, along with the bald eagle, the osprey, other iconic birds people know about. There are still obviously issues, but the more we educate, the more people learn how important these predators are. to our environment and what we can do to make slight changes in our daily habits to help benefit them and the other animals in that ecosystem, going to have a huge impact on our local environment.
You know, one of the things about raptors that's always in my mind is they are at the top of the food chain in their case. Do they not always play nice when you have raptors around because they're bird feeders? Do they limit the diversity of other birds? And then I'm wondering, are they able to take a cat or something like that?
You know, that's probably our most asked question when we do public programs is, will they eat our cat or dog? Not likely. I'm sure it's happened once or twice, but they know a predator from a prey.
Right.
Your cat or dog with pointy ears and sharp teeth could injure these guys in their attempt to catch them. So they're not likely to do something like that. And as far as what they limit, you know, any kind of pest control program that you might implement using natural resources like local predator populations, it's never going to completely eliminate your pest population. It's just going to help manage it at a manageable level that doesn't cause you the same kind of headaches if you don't have any predators and you're using chemicals and the pests become resistant to the chemicals.
What about the birds that are not pests?
The birds that are not pests, you know, that's just part of nature. We need predators to keep their populations healthy. She's not catching the fastest flying duck in the flock. She's catching the one that might have an injury, maybe is a little bit slower than her family members. And so she's keeping that wild population of prey birds or other bird species as healthy as possible by calling out the weaker individuals.
Thank you for joining us, Danny. Let me wrap it up with some Audubon numbers here.
Ladies and gentlemen, join GCSAA CEO Rhett Evans.
That was a really timely announcement while I'm wrapping up here.
29.
You know, who is this guy? Don't we know we're doing a bird thing here?
On tangible solutions and innovative ideas.
I'm not going to try to do it. I'm not going to compete with them. I'd rather hang out with the bird anyway.
This discussion begins promptly at 3 o'clock.
Thank you.
So they had to tell them now for something at 3 o'clock, right? So it'd take us 4 hours to eat. Audubon International, this is such a great add-on to the Audubon International program. You got a Monarch program as well, long-time stewardship, cooperative sanctuary program that you're leading now. This has got to be one of the more interesting ones that you're offering your members. Are you getting good uptake?
Yes, we are. And we're about to announce in this coming year 2 new major airports that are going to be signing up with our program so that we can offer this to our member golf courses in those areas. We will literally be going coast to coast when this happens during this year.
Well, let's hope they get some Midwestern and some Western golf courses. Maybe the birds will be a little bit nicer that you translocate. Don't have Springsteen playing in their head.
That's right.
Right when you translocate them somewhere. Anyway, nice to see you, Frank. Danny, thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
We're here on the Golf Industry Show 2019 in San Diego. This is the GCSAA TV Live studio brought to you by Lebanon Turf, and I'm going to make my way through this with this bird staring down me. Thanks for joining me. We'll be right back.